So one of my good friends from elementary school has recently gotten very into CrossFit, and he's having some shoulder mobility issues, so he sent me a message and I'm going to make him a video, and I figured I'd share it. The first thing that I do for people who have some shoulder mobility issues is address self-myofascial release. So the easiest way to do that is to just get some lacrosse balls. It's going to cost you like $3 maybe. I would first suggest that you release through the pec, so your pec minor. So what you're going to do is grab a yoga block and you're going to place the lacrosse ball on the edge. You're going to find that pec minor. It's going to be the point that really hurts. I like to poke on my clients and show them. It's not going to be very comfortable. You're going to let your head rest on your fist, and then you're going to just do some gliding with your right arm. So you'll know the point when you find it. It doesn't feel that good. After that, you're going to flip yourself over and you're going to do your terries. So lying on your back, you want to think about the outer shoulder blade. Lying down, keep your knees bent. Putting the weight on the right hand side. You can do a little internal, external rotation. Some slides. This point makes me want to puke. You're going to grab onto your wrist, let that right arm be dead, and just kind of circle around, moving it with your right arm. So doing just those two things in and of itself are going to make a difference. I would move on to some mobility work. So lie down on your side, one arm over the other, both knees are stacked. Take your right hand to keep your knees perfectly stacked, and then just open up your upper back. Don't move from your lower back. You can do this 5 times. Let your eyes follow your hand. Once you do 5, opening up towards the left, switch and do 5 on the right. After that, I would go into windmills. You're going to take a yoga block or a foam roller, whatever you have. Drive your left knee into the block. Rest your head on the ground. Reach nice and long through that left arm. Follow it with your eyes to shoulder height. Flip your palm down and then bend at your elbow to bring your hand towards your lower back. So I'll show it this way. Arm comes up. Follow it with your eyes. Flip your palm down, bend at your elbow to touch your lower back. Reach back. So after you did that T-spine work, I'd suggest we go into opening up the lat. So coming into a tabletop position, wrists and shoulders in a line, reach your right arm up, thumb up, and then take your arm all the way from your hip over. You can move your left hand underneath your shoulder. You're going to push the floor away, rounding your upper back and tucking your butt under. Okay, let your head relax. And you're going to hold here for 45 seconds. If you can stand it, you can do it for longer. So 45 seconds to a minute. Good. Coming back, you'd go to the other side. Just like I said with the upper spinal, if you feel like one side's very tight, on this one, you can go back to the tighter side and repeat it a second time. Okay? So the last exercise in this sequence is just going to be a seated wall glide. You can take your heels together, feet together, make sure your bum is nice and close to the wall, lifting through your chest. You're going to take your elbows and wrists against the wall, and you're just going to slide your arms out to straight elbows and then draw them down. So this exercise looks really easy, but for people with limited shoulder mobility, it is not easy. So reaching out, squeezing in, reaching out, squeezing in. You can also do this standing if your groin's really tight. So I'll show it standing. Knees bent, chest up, same thing. Reaching out and squeezing in. Reaching out and squeezing in. I would do about 2 sets of 10 for that. So remember, sequencing is key. Self-myofascial release, mobility, and then using some of that strengthening work to stabilize and hold it into place. So try that before you CrossFit.